Brij Bhushan Singh, the BJP leader who was accused, was being made accused in the wrestlers case. Now he has been acquitted by the Delhi lower court. How do you say?
Look, I don't want to comment on court judgments. I'm sure there'll be a process. I suspect there will be an appeal or whatever. I mean, the important thing is the process of justice should be allowed to function. In any case, whatever the cases may be, I think that accusations are made, consequences follow, but justice must be seen to be doing its course. Now, if the appeal is going to be made, then we have to see what the next stage produces. If there is no appeal, then certainly you should treat him as somebody who has been honorably discharged. I don't think we should right now pass judgments on ongoing judicial matters.
And so how do you see now the House is again being
I'm disappointed. You all know that for several years now, for a dozen years at least, I've been saying that we need to use Parliament. It's a big asset for the opposition. We get to question ministers. We get to actually have an opportunity to raise our constituency issues, other national issues, 0 hour, Rule 377. We get an opportunity to frankly put the ministers on the spot with some of our issues. And on top of that, our views are placed on record. I was just talking to a colleague now and saying that some years ago there was an observation by a judge for a major case that how can I listen to your arguments when this bill was passed without any debate in Parliament, so we don't understand the intent of the bill. There was no opportunity to know why the bill was passed, what the logic was, what the other side's arguments were. So even when we know the government has a majority, we should speak and place our views on record so that there is a record, even for future judicial cases, whatever, as to what the concerns were at the time the bill was discussed and so on. This is something which even judges value, understanding the issues that were discussed in the bill. So Parliament has a value over and above the immediate passage or non-passage of a bill, the votes that the opposition or the government may have today. Tomorrow it may not be the same. So we have to understand that this is of great value. So I'm personally somebody who values Parliament as an institution for debate and discussion. Now, as you've seen, there is a level of, shall we say, lack of communication between the government and the opposition that has resulted in this unhappy situation. I believe that part of the job of the government is to ensure that Parliament functions properly, because it is in their interest. They want to get their bills passed, or that they should come and talk to the opposition. I don't know whether enough talking is taking place, because normally there is some give and take. I remember the one term that I served when we were in power. Otherwise, I've been in opposition throughout my career. But in that one term, it was a common practice for our Parliamentary Affairs Minister to go and reach out to the other side in order to try and prevent disruption. Sometimes the other side won't listen. But otherwise, you accommodate, there's some give and take. I don't see very much giving and taking in this process right now. And I think this is not good for the health of our Parliament or the health of our democracy.
But sir, in this session, the give and take we saw on the issue of the anti-paper lake bill. So in that case, it can happen. So why not on the other issue?
That's right. And frankly, every issue should have this kind of discussion. Parliament should ideally be a forum where, tomorrow they might bring something like the FCRA bill, the Viksit Bharat Shiksha Abhiyan, the delimitation bill, women's reservation. These are all issues of great consequence for the entire nation. So I'm really hoping that there will be some accommodation between the government and the opposition very soon.